The chairman and chief consultant Global Transport Policy, Dr. Oluwasegun Musa, with his 35 years of experience in maritime sector, has x-rayed the railway transport, pipelines for liquid cargoes, and other key aspects of the maritime industry. At the roundtable, which was organized by Maritime Reporters Association of Nigeria, MARAN, in Lagos.
And our proposal to Obasanjo was that we don't have deficit in passenger movement, but we have a huge deficit in freight movement, cargo movement. At the end of the day, we have the privilege during the last dispensation of having huge loan from China. Instead of us to use this load and inject it into wagon that will be able to traffic our cargo, our freight, to ease trade, we invested it into luxury. We started importing coaches for passengers. Coaches that looks like aircraft. At the end of the day, the rail system failed again. As we speak today, the whole investment on rail sector is a waste. Because we did not prioritize what we need to prioritize, which is movement of cargo. And if we have deployed the rail system to move cargo, we would have finished paying the money now. Because passenger does not generate that kind of huge income. It is only cargo that can generate it. Represented in, almost all the actors were represented. The rail avoided that meeting edition launch at the round table at Marriott Hotel. Why are they avoiding? Because they don't know what to say. Someone has given you a platform to tell the whole world what you are doing. 1,001 investors want to invest in rail sector. But for you to come out and say, look at what we are doing, you are avoiding everybody. And you think you are managing that sector well? No. If I am to advise government, the man is due for sack. He wasted our resources, including the past minister of transportation, Amechi. They wasted that loan. And that's why they are avoiding the media. Let me move to pipeline. Pipeline has been abandoned over time. And that's why you see the tankers everywhere. If the pipelines are effective, you will see a minimal tankers on the road. All these havoc we're experiencing everywhere, tanker fell down, it exploded, you won't have it. That is the essence of rail pipeline transportation. The only area where you see tankers is area of distribution within that corridor. Tankers are not to move this liquid cargo from Lagos to Abuja. No, it's supposed to be pipeline. It is only in the area of distribution within the confine that you use tankers. Same way the rail are supposed to carry the huge volume of cargo, while all this haulage will do distribution. Globally, haulage are not designed to move a long distance because it's a premium, it will be more expensive. But rail has the capacity to move large volume of cargo at a reasonable cost, very minimal cost. I was privileged to attend one of your functions at Premier Hotel, where I was a guest speaker years back, I think about 10 years thereabouts. Me and Alhaji Sarumi, the former MPA MD, were the two guest speakers at the event. While Alhaji Sarumi was tailoring his argument that with the number of haulage we have, we can pilot ICD. I insisted that no, the only thing that can pilot ICD is rail. And that's where we are getting it wrong. If you use the haulage to pilot your ICD, the essence of the ICD will be defeated. Because the essence of ICD is the same amount you are clearing your cargo in Lagos is what you should clear it in other places where you have ICDs, or even cheaper. But when you deploy haulage, it's going to come at a premium rate. And you won't even bother to use the ICD again. Because it will be more expensive than for you clearing in Lagos and transporting it down to your destination. Talk about Korea. Korea is another sector that is not giving enough attention. NIPOS those days is the only source of movement of parcel we know. Now we have DHL, we have UPS, we have FedEx. We have so many Korean companies now. But who is regulating? How many big actors do we have in Korea services in Nigeria? Very small. NIPOS is gone. NIPOS is gone. And we said at a particular time, if government cannot run NIPOS again, they should sell it. We have 1,001 investors that are willing to buy. But even selling is not even the issue. Government should encourage more indigenous that want to invest in Korea services that can compete favorably with DHL, UPS, and FedEx, and the rest of them.
Dr. Musa is the current Deputy President, Air Logistics of National Association of Government-Approved Freight Forwarders, NAGAV. He urged stakeholders to request for an audited report of the Cabotage Vessels Financing Fund, CVFF, from the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency.
We use what we call Shipbuilding and Ship Acquisition Fund. Yes. That was what we changed to CVFF under Cabotage Dispensation. And when it was established in 1987, go and check that act. When it was established, the spirit behind it is to support indigenous shipping owners. Government only collect on their behalf. It has never been a federal government money. And it's not for government to keep. The more you keep and you deprive these indigenous players and actors, the more you kill the maritime industry. Because they are not buying ships alone. They are also building capacity. They are doing technical transfer. Finance fund, and we are going to bring people together. I said, this thing will not work. They've eaten the money. The money is not there. The only one you find there today is the one that has just been collected. If the money is there, it should be in trillions of dollars by now. If the money is truly there, it should be in trillions of dollars by now. As we are handing the money, they are eating it, they are sharing it. And that's why they are shy. They are afraid to even announce how much is there. Because you journalists will say, oh yeah, let us do auditing. And when you want to do auditing, they will run away. The money is not there. I remember during Amechi regime, I think there was a conflict between Amechi and the finance minister where they are saying government needs money to finance the budget. And they are looking at that money. They've spent the money long ago. If they say they have anything there now, it's just a newly collected money. So don't let us deceive ourselves. There's nothing like blue economy. Blue economy has always been a department in Ministry of Transport. And the only thing we need to do is to check, how did we get it wrong? When we're major actors, especially in Africa, when it comes to maritime, we are one of the major actors in Africa. Do you know how many capacity we built? We train people with trillions of dollars. All those captains, sailors, we train a lot of people. At the end of the day, because somebody felt that.
Before now, Dr. Dayo Moboriola, the Director General of NIMASA, at a media forum in Lagos, said that the CVFF funds is safe.
Where is the CVFF? The CVFF, as of today, is with the federal government. And it is for our own use. It is for the use of the ship owners. It is not a touch. It is not a revenue. It is a contribution towards the development of the Nigerian shipping industry and ship owners. That is recognized. That is what it is going to be used. As long as we come back with the fine-tuned guidelines that we want to put it in, we want to use it, how we want to use it, which we have been working on, which my ED here, day in, day out, from his knowledge and experience, is fine-tuning, and that all of that will come to place. And It's only a few weeks ago that we are also exploring other avenues of ensuring that this CVFF is not only just CVFF, but enlarged in such a way that we can even leverage on it. So all of those opportunities, all of those plans we are looking at.
So we can participate in a win-win way, a mutual relationship. But unfortunately, government is not even interested in capacity building. You see a lot of seminar on SME, on SMEs and the rest, but you won't see the fiscal reality of it. It's only on paper. You hear so billions has been dedicated for SME, but you won't see the money. How the money moves, nobody knows. And that's why we don't have any capacity to that. You look at your own strength, you add it to my own strength, so as to make sure we achieve results. And that's the spirit behind both the SET as well as that of AFTA. AFTA is more larger than SET, because SET is talking more of trade. But AFTA is talking about sharing ideas, intelligence, and so many other things. So, under this dispensation, what we are expected to do is, if you have the capacity, you have what we call raw material as a country. You are not good. You don't have an industrialized nation. And Ghana is industrialized. You can put a raw materials together in Nigeria here, take it to Ghana to service those industries, just to build the economy of Africa. So we look at our strength within the African countries and we support other ones. There's nobody losing in AFTA. Some people will only contribute services. Some will contribute raw materials. Some are industrialized. So it's a win-win game. So it's not as if my own country is not producing, so what will I gain? No. You can also look at the raw materials within your confine and service those industries. You still make money. It's a mutual relationship. And that's the largest economy in the whole world. If you look at the number of population, it's an added advantage to us in Africa. We can trade within ourselves without even trading with any part of the world. And we start.
While the national coordinator of AFTA, Dr. Olusegun Awolowo,
tourism and travel. In transport services, under AFTA, there is a need for 2 million trucks. 2 million trucks. There is a need for over 100,000 rail wagons. There is a need for 250 aircraft that Africa needs for this economic rejuvenation. So Airpeace has.
on the issue of tenure elongation, he urged the federal government to look inward before extending the tenure of any political appointees.
The session did not start from Adewale. It started with the police. Under a few days, the House of Rep passed the law. The Senate endorsed it, transmitted it to the presidency. So Adewale's one will come.
The Maritime Reporters Association of Nigeria, MARAN, will not relent in setting agenda for the federal government.